We're making no apologies. That's it, umhlaba mawuhlulwe so that our people can have access to the land.
Life is difficult, but you must soldier on. Don't give up. If you are a coward, you don't belong here.
Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Super Politics. My name is Zizi Polubelwana. This episode is not going to be long because I am rushing for church, but I think it's important for me to bring this here, and because I've not spoken about it. I saw Jabulani Khumalo posted and said, "Ubana, he's back." And since then he said he is back. I saw an MP from the MK, Umzwanele Manyi, tweeted and explained something on Twitter, which I want to get right into. And Umkhonto Wesizwe has released a statement. Now, I want us to see, dissect, I want us to break it down. Uguti, what does Jabulani Khumalo mean when he says he's back at Umkhonto Wesizwe? Does it mean that he's back to be a leader? Remember, he lost the cases of him being a leader. At Umkhonto Wesizwe, is he back to be a leader at MK? What's happening? He's got, some people are saying he's got his party back. What does that mean? What is that saying? Okay. So, Jabulani Khumalo, we all know, I'm going to attach it for you here on the screen. He's back as the director. Ne? Now, let me put it like this. Let me read here. So, Jabulani Khumalo, ne? When you're starting a political party, all right, you have to register first a non-profit organization, right, which is what Jabulani Khumalo did and his group. So he registered a non-profit organization, and there were directors there. And so they were explaining ukuthi sometimes as they were sitting home, they would get notifications ukuthi they've been removed. So they went to contest that. Uguti, no, they are the original directors, which it was found that they were, and now they are back. They are back as the directors of the non-profit organization of Umkhonto Wesizwe. Now, Umzwanele Manyi tweeted. Now, I want to make sense. Uguti, how does a non-profit organization attach to the Umkhonto Wesizwe party? How do they link? And how are these two things fitting together? Okay, so Umzwanele Manyi tweeted, right? Don't worry, I'm going to explain to you guys. So Umzwanele Manyi tweeted and said, just because the NPC bears the name Umkhonto Wesizwe at the CIPC, right? The CIPC is the Commissioner of Companies and Intellectual Property Commission, ne? Which is what Jabulani Khumalo are registered under. They've got a certificate of the Commission of Companies. That's a certificate they have. Now, Umzwanele Manyi, just because they have that certificate, Jabulani Khumalo, it does not make it a political party. It is a foundation, which is a non-profit organization. It's a foundation. It's not a political formation. Then, the only legitimate Umkhonto Wesizwe political party is the one registered by IEC. Fine. So, Umzwanele Manyi, no, Tina, we are registered as at the IEC. Khumalo bona, it's just a foundation layer. Fine. But iti into being registered as a non-profit organization, it is the foundation. You can't build a house, have a political party. You can't build a house without the foundation. Without the foundation, there is no house. Okay. Don't worry, I'm going to explain to you guys. Without a foundation, there's no house. Now, the question says to Umanyi, okay, fine. If Jabulani Khumalo, first of all, they deregister that NPO, they say they are cancelling it, the Umkhonto Wesizwe organization will be illegitimate. Because when you register a political party, you need those certificates of the non-profit organization. Also, Omzwanele man, you can't say we're gonna register another Mkondo Wesizwe NPO, non-profit organization, because there's already one. There can only be one. So fine. So umtika commented kula nto ibhalwe ngumzwanele man, and he said ubana it would be very interesting as to whether there is a documented founding of the party, presumably a voluntarily association that is separate, not intertwined with the NPC, e.g., with the founding date and the constitution adopted and minuted. If not, you'd have difficulty proving the said separate of the legal person. Then you would have to prove that the foundation of the political party Mkondo Wesizwe that is registered with IEC is not linked with the non-profit organization that is registered by Jabulani Khumalo. You would have to prove that. You would have to have dates. You would have to have funding documents. And unfortunately, there can only be one NPO. So I'm not sure how they would be able to prove that. And without any reasonable doubt, everyone knows that Jabulani Khumalo was part of the formation of Mkondo Wesizwe. Of course, if he has certificates of NPO under the name of Mkondo Wesizwe, we know that that was preparing for the party of MK itself. We can't say ukuthi it was just a it's just a foundation. So it's just like ungathi ngoku uJabulani Khumalo is me dihleli apha endlini, and all of a sudden I'm claiming victory to Mkondo Wesizwe, and I was never part of them. But we know uJabulani Khumalo, he was always there. We understand. I don't know if I'm making sense to you guys. So umzwanele manye answers kulento kamtiki ukuthi you would have to prove, you would have to have dates, you would have to have adopted a constitution, you would have to have minutes. So utu Jabulani Khumalo Mkondo Wesizwe party is a duly registered political party under the Electoral Act and the authority of the IEC. The party has a founding date, adopted constitution, minutes, and leadership structure, all properly recorded and submitted in compliance with the IEC regulations. Then someone says, isn't it a requirement that a party, that part of registration at IEC, you must provide NPO certificates or NPC? Yeah. So this person is saying, when you go, isn't it a requirement? I mean, I don't think there has ever been an organization that has gone through what Mkondo Wesizwe has gone through. We are still yet to prove. But normally, when you go and register a political party at IEC, you need to have the certificates and the documentations of an NPO, non-profit organization, or NPC. You need to have a certificates. The owners of the certificates. This is how I make an example, by the way. Let me make an example for you guys, for those that don't understand. If you are smart, it's fine. I'm explaining for those who don't understand. Remember, it's like this, guys. It's like having a company. All right? It's like having a company, and then in that company, you need an engineer or a certificate of an engineer. Right? You hire an engineer. And when you are getting tenders, and kufunwa i-certificates zese-engineer, ufake certificate sale employer yakho. And if that employer ayikho, your company can't operate because you need the certificate sakhe se-engineering. And when as the company owner, you are not an engineer, if I'm making sense to you. Yeah, but so it's a question ukuthi, and again, this is, I don't think there has ever been a party that has gone through what Mkondo Wesizwe is going through. So some things are yet to be proven. Normally, when you go register an organization at IEC, to be able to receive funding and other things, your company has to be registered as a non-profit organization first, which is Jabulani Khumalo abanamagama apha kwi-non-profit organization. As a result, if Jabulani Khumalo bangathi okay, we withdraw amagama wethu, we cancel that NPO, then Mkondo Wesizwe is illegitimate. And also, they will have to withdraw the people in parliament. Yeah, so it could really get messy for them, and I'm not sure if they are grasping it. Uyabona? Okay, let's continue. So aphendule umzwanele mine ithi lento, isn't it a requirement that part of registration at IEC that you must provide an NPO certificate or NPC documentation? Athi umzwanele manye, no, not at all. Umzwanele manye, they are the same people that that filed the motion of no confidence. Sabanga baxelela ubana it's not possible manye. They stood strong and then later found out that they were wrong. So, I mean, you can't trust anything. Then someone else says, does the deregistration of MK as an NPO affect its legitimacy with the IEC? Won't it automatically invalidate MK? I think those are the questions that we still need to be answered, because I don't think this road has been traveled before. Yeah, I don't think they've been traveled before. Someone says the challenge here may be sabotage. The NPC can fundraise, can have a conference and elect leadership, including president. You could have parallel legitimate structure of MK party in the country, while the other would be contesting elections. It could be a destructive force. So Jabulani Khumalo can actually win this thing. And I see Ntlamulo, they are not willing to negotiate with him. I don't know if they grasp what's happening, because they are not willing. They've released a statement which I want to read for you guys. Which I want to read for you guys, because it seems like sorry, no one is understanding ukuthi kwenzeka ntoni. Okay, fine. This is the statement that they've released umkhonto wesizwe. And in that statement, Ntlamulo is so arrogant, yo. He's so arrogant. Because the statement is so arrogant. I'm saying, even if it would happen now that they can't function without a certificate iska Jabulani Khumalo, abazukwazi nomcenga, because ngoku sebemgcwalisele, like they won't even be able to bamcenga. It is statement on Jabulani Khumalo's false claims against the MK party. The Umkhonto Wesizwe Party wishes to address and correct the false claims being propagated by Jabulani Khumalo, a self-engineered political outcast, and the right-wing podcast Biz News regarding the litigation that occurred on 18th June 2025. Khumalo voluntarily withdrew his application and was subsequently ordered to pay punitive costs to the MK party. This marks the fifth consecutive instance in which Khumalo has lost legal action against the MK party and has been required to pay punitive costs. It is important to clarify that the case in question was not related to Khumalo's return to the leadership of the MK party, but rather to his alleged directorship of a non-profit organization linked to the party. The issue of Khumalo's loss of membership from the MK party was settled in 2024, after which he was removed as the signatory to the MK party bank account. A similar outcome is expected concerning his association with the non-profit company. I think now what we need to prove is that Umkhonto Wesizwe can function without the NPO. We need to prove ukuthi, or they would need to prove ukuthi, is Umkhonto Wesizwe still legitimate without the NPO certificates sika Jabulani Khumalo. I think that's where the question is at now. Can Umkhonto Wesizwe Party at IEC function without the NPO certificates? If not, which is what we understand that you can't, then they have to beg with Jabulani Khumalo. So at this point, Jabulani Khumalo has an upper hand, whether they like it or not, but I don't think they've actually established that as yet. I want to play you guys this clip from Jabulani Khumalo and his team explaining. Yeah, let me play this clip.
As you know, from late 2024, there started being legal issues in relation to the ownership of the organization. And what some hijackers sought to do is they started to go one to IEC, that's a separate matter, the other to CIPC, that's also a separate matter that deals with the MPC. So these thugs started to go and deregister the rightful directors from the organization. We would get messages from CIPC to say, Comrade so-and-so, you are now resigning. Can you please accept the resignation? Upon receiving that, we would of course naturally run to CIPC, query that particular resignation. And we've been having that back and forth. Almost every 3 or so weeks, we'd go to CIPC, make the necessary corrections by proving that we are the rightful directors of the organization. But it got to a point, comrades, where it had to be dealt with once and for all. So when we looked at the matter and realizing that we're playing a tennis game of back and forth, who's the director, who's not the director, who registered who and who didn't, we sought to find closure to this matter through the courts, which is what we did, comrades. So we approached the courts, we submitted our documents, and we're here to tell you and inform you that we have been successful. So per the results of the court, we have been reinstated as the rightful directors. The CIPC also, per on their website, as we've picked up today as well, the reinstatement has happened. So that's where we are.
Anyway, thank you so much, you guys, for watching. I have to run right now. I'm so late for church. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you understand, or even if you think that Umkhonto Wesizwe can actually still function without these NPO certificates. They don't need Jabulani Khumalo. Mena, I think you do need the NPO certificates. You do need to be registered as a non-profit organization, and I believe that there can only be one NPO under that name. You can't have 2 or 3. So if Jabulani Khumalo are the first people to register an NPO, it's only them that can be MK. So if you think I'm wrong, let's meet in the comment section. I'm willing to learn from you guys. But thank you so much for tuning in. If you don't know who I am, my name is Isipolo Pelwana. I don't normally look like this. I look like this because I'm going to church. I did not dress up for you guys, not at all. Please subscribe to this channel. It's free of charge. We are going to 30K subscribers. Let's get it, guys. Thank you so much for the support. And what else did I want to say? Oh, please, guys, if you can support the channel, it goes a long way. I can't tell you now, but it goes a long way. Please do support where you can. I'll see you guys on the next one. Aluta continua. Until the next time. And thank you so much for tuning in. Let's meet in the comment section.